let's make sure we never accidentally shorten our legs or widen our frames ever again, shall we? Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Agnese K. I'm an Italian personal stylist and image consultant, founder of the fashion blog bagsandthegirl.com and author of the several freebies you find over on my blog at the dedicated section called Free Resources. We're talking of style guides, worksheets and cheat sheets you can download for free, save on your device and either use straight away if you need some support during your shopping session, or maybe you're reordering your wardrobe and you'll need a little professional support, then my wardrobe switchover worksheet is the perfect for you to download. Or maybe you're just curious and you want to browse my free resources page. I will leave you all the links as usual in the description box below. Feel free to just browse or download anything you feel might be useful and suits your needs. Now ladies, pour yourself a cup of tea, settle in and let's have a proper unfiltered chat. Yesterday I was sitting at a lovely restaurant with my husband, trying my absolute best, I swear, to mind my own business and enjoy my meal. But good heavens, it was a struggle. I had to practically glue my eyes to my plate to avoid staring, which we all know is a terribly bad manners. So please never do it. Never do it. But the fashion tragedy unfolding a few tables away was testing my resolve. There was a lady whose outfit was, a complete and utter battlefield. It wasn't the colors, they were actually perfectly fine. It was the cut, the proportions and the material. Gosh, it was a crime against her silhouette. Now, she was probably no more than 75 kilos, but her outfit made her look a solid 100. And I tell you, it broke my heart a little. She had a gorgeous apple-shaped frame and she'd chosen a white light blouse, which is perfectly lovely for summer. Except it was a massive bell-shaped cut that completely swallowed her up, cascading all the way down to her mid-thigh. And then came the real plot twist. Instead of balancing that voluminous top, she'd team it with a pair of light-wash denim Bermuda shorts. Now, we shall politely overlook the fact that acid washed denim is not the pinnacle of sartorial elegance for an evening out in a classy restaurant, but her entire frame was just utterly overwhelmed by the sheer wideness of these two pieces meeting in the middle. Well, actually not even in the middle, but rather in her lower part. It was cutting her off, shortening her legs and widening her from absolutely every angle. And the cherry on top of this sartorial cake, a pair of completely flat sandals. It was a masterclass in how wrong proportions can entirely betray a beautiful body. And it got me thinking about an article I wrote on my blog back in 2025 probably, about achieving that sacred balance between hemlines and heels. So my darlings, grab your biscuits because today we are diving deep into the ultimate style equation. How to pair the right footwear depending on your hemline. When it comes to hemlines and footwear, it's all a game of architectural balance, or harmony, if you will. If you're going grand and voluminous up top, or wearing let's say a trickier hemline on the bottom, your shoes have to do the heavy lifting to restore order. Okay, flat shoes with a wide mid-thigh hemline essentially anchor you to the floor. Okay, making the legs look entirely chopped in half. Chopped in half. If you want to wear a looser, longer line, we need to talk about how a clever heel or a pointed toe can completely rewrite the narrative. Let's talk about the Midi. It's elegant, it's timeless, nothing to say about that. But if it hits at the thickest part of your calf, it can make the most statuesque among us look a bit blocky. So if you're wearing a gorgeous Midi or Maxi skirt, pairing it with the wrong footwear can instantly make you look like you're sinking into the floorboards. This is where a delicate block heel, an espadrille, or a shoe with a lower vamp. The vamp, by the way, it's the bit that cuts across the top of your foot, and this is where choosing the right footwear can really come to the rescue. You don't need them much, but just by showing a bit of instep, you create the illusion of endless legs, even on the mountain of fabric. It makes such a difference. Ladies, if you're enjoying this realistic, elegant approach to fashion, please take a brief moment to subscribe to my channel. Not because it's a small channel, there's less work in writing, recording, editing, and so on. So by subscribing and hitting the notification bell, you'll never miss my weekly frameworks. And of course, by doing so, you also help both YouTube and me better understand your interests, your needs, so that I can create more focused content for you in the future. Thank you so much in advance for supporting my work on here and for being part of this growing community of fashionistas. These are the so-called tricky in-betweeners. Culottes, Bermudas, cropped trousers. They are notoriously cheeky because they dictate exactly where the legs end to the naked eye. So if you're opting for a wider leg, that cuts off around the knee or calf, a completely flat, chunky sandal can be a bit of a disaster zone. To keep it chic, relaxed and elongated, we want to look at footwear that extends the leg line. Okay, creating this elongating effect is the core when it comes to recreate balance and harmony in an outfit where you're wearing either lots of layers or several layers or heavier, overwhelming fabrics. And the best shoes that can help you achieve this goal are, for instance, nude tones, slim bags, or a subtle wedge to lift the frame and give that apple or pear shape or even a rectangular frame, like in my case, the beautiful breezy structure it deserves. I also struggle with this because my body features not only a rectangular frame, but also almost a petite. So this is often my problem when I wear both Midi and longer skirts, Maxi skirts. Please don't get me wrong, I'm not running a dictatorship here. You don't have to suffer in 6-inch stilettos to look polished. On the contrary, flats are magnificent, but they require strategy. Okay, if you're wearing a shorter hemline, say just above the knee, a flat shoe is incredibly chic and delightfully French. I'm thinking of bullet flats, for instance, or a pointed toe loafer. The secret, again, is all in the toe shape and the fabric of the clothes. Structured fabrics and a pointed flat will always make you look put together rather than looking like you've just wandered off the beach. So next time you're putting together an outfit, stand back from the mirror and look at the whole outfit. and ask yourself, are my clothes wearing me or am I wearing them? Is my footwear lifting me up or pulling me down? Let's leave the bell-shaped blouses and the acid-washed jeans for Bermudas safely in the What Not to Do archive. Thank you so much for having tea with me today, for spending a little time of your day listening to my monologues. And if you found this little chat helpful, do give this video a lovely thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you never miss my next wardrobe catch up, and pop over to the blog to read the full breakdown on hemlines. Until next time, ladies, stay stylish, stay fabulous, and mind those proportions. Ciao.